A donut for your platter, sir.
Do you want some of this?
Welcome to Supra Solutions. Hold me close. Ready? Where'd he go? Where did he go, George? I just want to look into your eyes.
Go. Blanking contest. I'm gonna win though.
Yeah. I've never blinked in my life.
All day. All day.
I've just never blinked.
Never. Never go. No.
You blinked your
Welcome back to another episode.
I hope you really enjoyed our last video. Yes. Moving on from what you saw last time. G-Up's gone, so G-Up's off at the Sandblasters.
G-Up's half gone.
G-Up's half gone. There's the rest of G-Up.
The rest of G-Up is still lounging out.
It's on its way to get gone. S15's back on the hoist, and Daniel's been working on finishing up the intercooler piping now that we got the adapters.
The adapters, yeah. Our 4 to 3.5 inch Plasma Man quick clamp adapters, I'd nearly label them. So yeah, like Sam just said, we've made another start on the old S15, Jared's S15. Got some intercooler piping, got the cold side pretty much plumbed up. Got to put a few sensors and fittings in there. Still currently working on the hot side because these two JZ things, right? That's all I got, is these two JZ things.
Wee.
Shot, son.
Shot, son. This is just the intro.
Oh, this is just the intro.
So this is what, welcome to the episode.
Yeah, welcome to the episode.
Making intercooler piping.
Sam's been down the back here, cutting up some...
We've been double teaming the old S15. I've been out the back here fitting up the...
Come on, George.
So I'm fitting up the Origin Widebody at the back, starting that. So we got that, got it sat on there, marked out, got it cut out yesterday, and got it all sort of tacked up. Got it tacked up, got it ground back, got it tacked up, got it ground back, got it tacked up, got it ground back. So the idea is that, like, we could have just left, so normally what people do is they leave the inner skin long, they slice it, and then they hammer it up, and then they call it good.
They call it a day.
We kind of want it to look
uniform.
If, for whatever reason, anybody other than us pulls this car apart, we want them to pull it apart and look at it and be like, hoo-hoo-wee, nice. That's the, we want it, yeah, we're going a little extra step here to get it looking schmicky schmouse.
We always put a bit more extra pep in it.
A little bit of extra pep in the step. So yeah, just been doing that. Once I get this side all knocked back and smooth the whole way around, we're gonna go over to the other side and I'm gonna do it all again. So that's what we're doing, that's what you're watching very soon. Enjoy.
Welcome back to another episode of Sam and Dan.
Sam and Dan.
Doing a bit with the man.
George.
We off. What socks you got on today?
Just some blackies.
Ew.
I got the hole in one of them.
It's Friday, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
So you get the Wu-Tang socks. Because the Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to f with. So, welcome back. We're we've moved on to the next step of the S15 build. I think last time you tuned in, we were double banging this car. So Sam was down the back doing the rear guards for the over fenders, for the Origin Type 2 over fenders. Meanwhile, I've been up the front end of the car doing intercooler piping, which I'd finished off yesterday. Bit of a tricky little setup we've got going on here, but we're Street Race Solutions, so any tricky issues, we'll sort it, we'll salute it, we'll sort it. Actually really happy with the turnout. Been working on the dump pipe. So because it's running Pro Mod and a 2J and an S chassis, ideally the hot side should be on that side, but it's all back to front because I don't understand why Jay-Z's decided to do it that way, but we'll roll with it. Now we're making the 4-inch dump pipe fit down through behind, tuck under the firewall. Running the Samsung gearbox sort of helps us out a bit because it is a lot narrower. Had to clear out, make some clearance because we're running a wires fab. We have all the lock in the world, and we're on the most locked setting, something like that. And we managed to get clearance this way, but when we were this way, we'd actually bind up on the inner, on the LCA, I guess you'd call it, LCA / caster, together being wires fab. So we've dialed that in. Yeah. Yesterday, Sam did a bit on a customer's car. Jump over and see what Sam's doing.
G'day, my name's Sam. I did a timing belt on a car yesterday. Yeah, that's what I did about all of that. My helmet just turned on inside, I can see the glow.
It's not Sam. So Rich called up yesterday, thought he'd bring it in. Doing a check over on it. We're working on that. Rich got new shoes, got some new kicks for his whip. Mustang Sally, ride. Yeah. Got my socks on today. VL's going for a trip. Going to get a cage put in it. So that'll be going, and next time you see it, it'll look like a children's playground inside with all the monkey bars in there, swinging off it. Oh, should we give him a little sneak peek of the big turbo? We put together the turbo that's currently going in the VL. Let me just fetch it. Oh, yep. So it's only a little one. Put that in there. Yeah, that's it. Just a little whizzer. Just to really, you know, so you can beat Nana to a car park in Woolies. Make sure she doesn't beat you. She's a bit laggy. We won't lose. Not with this big turbo, George. Look at the dish on them. Does your kitchen have that many dishes, George? Could you do them dishes in your sink? I don't think so. You need a pretty big sink to do them dishes. I reckon this is Sam. About time you show up, canary yellow car. Look how sexy this handsome man is. Can we please have a pop, lock and drop? Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Would you like to talk about some things?
Hey.
Why are you tying that off? That is so dangerous.
This is the real Sam here. So we had
Origami.
had a little 33 Sedan in for a full timing belt kit service sort of throughout the car. You know, I'm going to pretend that I know exactly what's going on in the time lapse, right? Start out, drain the coolant out, rip the radiator out, fan shroud off, leave the radiator hoses in there, they're not in the way for now. Rip the front of the motor apart. As you can see here, I'm just walking back and forward and back and forward and back and forward and back and forward, just getting it done. Rip the old timing belt off. Doing the seals, which means we've got to take the cam gears off, so you can see me here just going, cam gears are off. And then backing plate comes off. Bit of a clean up, it's quite filthy behind there, lots of oil leaking, so now I'm just cleaning that up.
Giving it a good scrub.
It a wipe. Now I'm walking back and forward again, maybe.
Back and forth from where though? Let them know where you're going.
From the car to the table, to the table to the car.
From that table to that car? The car's gone. Yeah, the car that you're about to see.
No, I'm
what you're currently doing? Oh, go.
So now I've got the new seals going in put the new seals in, give it a quick wipe over, changing the water pump out as well, forgot about that, change the water pump out, new water pump's going on. Now we've got fresh pulleys going in, new tensioner, ooh, very pretty, put the spring on, chucking the belt on here, had a bit of trouble putting the belt on, had to get Big Stewie over to hold some things for me. I didn't have enough hands. Managed to get him on.
Big
She's on,
stew.
she's timed. Spin him around, all good, no worries.
Then put it back, put water in it. And
So then I changed the thermostat out, had to quickly pop the thermostat housing off, give it a nice clean up, drop a thermostat in there, seal it all back up, nice and pretty like. Front of the motor's back together now.
Cat hair
First start up, make sure she's all sweet. She's all sweet, no worries.
I can confirm on the all sweet.
From there, went ahead, changed the oil out, engine oil, engine filter, gave that a nice change, put some fresh stuff in there. Moving back to the gearbox, we were going to do gearbox oil. Took the fill plug out and actually noticed that it had shockproof oil in it. Shockproof, red line shockproof oil. So that's very expensive oil and it's a very good oil. So we didn't want to drop that out because it still looked to be in good condition. So I didn't want to drop that out and waste it. So ended up leaving that alone. Went back, changed the diff oil.
Diff oil was.
Quick inspection over the car, found a couple loose items, bit of play in them in the old Hikus.
Rear bar setup.
Ball joints, and the front ball joint was a little bit loose too there, which is a bit odd, but anyway, it did have a delete, just not the arms.
Oh, true.
Had a lockout bar, but the arms needed replacing.
Copy on the lockout bar.
Got that all finished up, put some coolant in it, started her up, bled the coolant up, let her warm up, nice and good like. Gave her a quick wash this morning. She's gone. She's been picked up. She's out of here. Thanks
Happy customer, Uru Brian's cousin.
To my TED talk.
TED talk?
Yeah.
What's a TED?
It's a talk.
About teddies?
Mm-hmm. Where we're up to.
Yep. Now, thanks for tuning.
Thanks for tuning.
Stay in.
You're not going to see
tune.
Stay in tune.
Stay in tune.
You want to know what we're doing? Want to know what I've been doing?
Yeah, I want to know what you've been doing.
So we've got Nuts.
Good day.
Nuts S13, Nuts 13, Andy Scott's S13 back. As you can see, the engine is out of it and stripped down. So at the Cruise the Nights session at Queensland Raceway, he thought that night that he may have done a turbo. Pretty much just smoked down the front straight. Engine seemed to still be running okay, it was just smoking a lot. And so he got it sent back up here on a tow truck, pulled the turbo off, had a look at that quickly. It seemed to be, it's like got a little bit of signs of oil leaking, but didn't have anything definitive. So sort of started looking a bit further, found the radiator was low on coolant, topped it right up, filled the system right up, tried to pressure test it, wouldn't hold any pressure, topped it up again and sort of bled it through using the factory bleeder on the manifold to get the block full of water, pressure tested again, managed to get the pressure in it and it just bled straight off. So basically that means that the cooling system isn't holding pressure and there's a relief somewhere. There is numerous spots that could happen, but because none of the water was coming out onto the ground, it meant that it was losing pressure internally, which is basically head gasket, block,
Turns out.
Cracked head, cracked block, you know, it can be any amount of things inside. So pretty much from there we did a compression test, and the compression test wasn't completely atrocious. It was still okay, but again, sort of led us to believe that there was something a little bit more concerning internally. Pulled the engine out, got the head off this morning and had a look at it. The gasket, looks like the gasket was actually beginning to fail as well. We can see a few spots where it was beginning to fail and sort of mixing a bit of coolant and oil and stuff like that. But the main culprit is in here. Cylinder 5 has cracked the bore. So I'm pretty sure this engine's been together for like around 3 years or so now. So this is a factory cast 25 block with rods and pistons and whatever else done to it. But 40 pounder boost, sort of 750, 800 horsepower with an auto, with nitrous as well.
To do it.
Is
they're not bulletproof.
Yeah, they're not
Cast
bulletproof.
ain't fast.
And you're asking a lot of a factory 25, 30-year-old cast block to be able to handle that. So unfortunately, it is just what it is. Yeah, so you're asking a lot of a factory block that came out with like 200 horsepower or something like that to make 800 horsepower. Unfortunately, when you're using cast blocks, nothing like that is ever going to be reliable, especially not with 40 pounder boost and nitrous
Pumping through it.
Pumping through it. So pretty much from here, going to strip the rest of the bottom end out.
It's a mean cracker.
And then, yeah, she's cracky, Dave.
Yeah.
Strip the rest of the bottom end out and then go from there. I believe sort of initial plans we're thinking is probably just re-block it, turn it down slightly. Although, you know, 3 years out of a cast block at 800 horsepower, you're probably doing pretty
well. If we
well,
re-blocked it, then you got another 3 years to go.
In theory, but yeah.
Theory's always good.
You might get the unicorn block that goes forever, or you might get the block that goes in a week. That's the negative to using a cast block, whereas when you get a billet block, there are no discrepancies. Going to finish getting that stripped out, and then, yeah.
See these things, George? Wrapped in tape.
Oh, yeah. Do you have the footage, George? The pigeon footage?
Because these are the leftover remnants of bird removing tools, I'd say.
Experience.
Yeah. So a bit of a catch and release gig around here we are.
People don't know this, but we're actually a wildlife reserve as well
Sanctuary,
as a performance shop.
almost.
Sanctuary,
Yeah.
We got dogs, we got pigeons,
We can salute your sanctions.
we got bugs.
bugs.
Georgia put the footage in here yesterday, pulling a car in, just standing there, minding my own business. I hear something hit the wall. I look over, it's a pigeon. I put my hand out.
It was like that pigeon had magnets and you were just
Pigeon
like,
in the hand. Just
boop,
boop.
like Jesus at the
Yeah.
door.
Oh. And luckily we have security cameras, so you get to witness it.
So now the pigeon can't try and blame us
So
for,
we
its, for its damage.
Yeah, tried to
We've
sue
got
us
footage.
for work compensation. Anyway, that's it. What have you been doing? Went
So
on a little tangent there, but enjoy the pigeon footage.
got a lot of the stuff back for Supra, the dump pipe and turbo housing, etc. from the powder coaters, all is that
Cerakoted.
Cerakoted. So just pretty much putting all that back on for the final fit up. As you can see, got a little stack of nice little shiny pipes down there that we're about to put back on. And yeah, pretty well finish up soup.
That's it.
Soup.
That's it, eh?
That's it. Ready to
That's
watch
it,
this?
eh?
Do you reckon straight in?
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
If you got an ad on this video, we apologise, but we're monetised now, so
Soz
you
not
better
soz.
watch them. You better watch them so that we get that 67 cents, because we're going straight to Macca's and getting one ice cream cone and we're sharing it.
Oi, on the dollar
Are they 50
days,
cents?
the dollar days we'll be able to shred, bro.
Are they 50 cents, ice cream cones? Now, or are they more expensive again?
I know.
Because they used to be 30, weren't they? How much does a 50-cent cone cost at Macca's? Let us
Leave
know
it in the comments below.
Hey, Root.